Here with another edition of Weaponized Truth. Um, so we got to talk about this Syrian airstrike that was ordered last night. Here's the 411. There was a gas attack in Syria in the last couple of days. Apparently, all the same deep state intelligence that has been trying to get Trump and his entire administration thrown out of the White House has come out and said that Syria was responsible for the gas attacks that took place in Syria, blaming President Bashar al-Assad. So Trump has ordered, and this has happened already, 59 Tomahawk missile strikes from their ships over there out in the ocean outside of the Middle East. According to reports in this story, 59 Tomahawk missiles were shot at the Syrian airbase where the chemical attack originated from. Only 23 hit their target. This is less than a 50% accuracy rate for a missile system that probably cost the American taxpayers trillions of dollars. According to reports, they don't know where the other 26 or 36 missiles hit, and they do know there's at least 4 civilian casualties. They took out 3 or 4 Syrian fighter jets, but the runways are still intact. Russia has condemned this action and has cut off communication with the United States in regards to ongoing military activity in the Middle East. So this is the thing. A lot of people are jumping ship on Trump in a big way. Over on Twitter, you've got your Mike Cernovich, Jack Posobiec, Stefan Molyneux's, Paul Joseph Watson's, etc. All these people tweeting out. Trump sold tweets from 2013 basically calling Obama a moron for doing the exact same thing that Trump is doing right now. And now, obviously, this is definitely something that Trump should be called out for, even by his own supporters. We can't just 100% follow him blindly. Then, of course, over on YouTube, you've got your typical guys over here who are quick to see anything big going on and want to make sure they get the video up, calling it a hoax, a conspiracy, a psyop, a cover-up, and calling somebody a New World Order puppet. You know who these channels are. This is the thing. And Paul Joseph Watson made a tweet yesterday. Pretty telling tweet. It's pretty interesting anyways. Now, I don't know who the originator was. It was a retweet of somebody else's, but they said, you know what, for the first time in Trump's presidency, he just got positive press from absolutely everybody, and all he had to do was start a war. Now, it's pretty strange that Trump wants to start a war and go, he said he wants to start a worldwide coalition basically to take Bashar al-Assad out of power, which is exactly what Obama and Hillary Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and all these libtards have been wanting to do for years. Now, Trump was kind of leading people to believe that he didn't really want to mess with Bashar al-Assad because that's our strategic actions over in the Middle East under the Obama administration were not at all targeted at getting rid of ISIS, but more targeted at getting Bashar al-Assad out of power. Trump was signaling that he was going to reverse that approach and actually work more closely with Russia, who was actually hitting ISIS targets. So Russia cutting off communication with military activity going on in the Middle East is obviously not good. But this could just be a temporary military setback. I think a lot of us are a little perplexed why Donald Trump wouldn't believe the deep state about anything, but all of a sudden decided to accept their intel on Syria. Now, this is why I didn't make a video about this last night. And this is what I want to say to all you guys. Obviously, Trump saying he wants to start a worldwide coalition to take Bashar al-Assad out of power definitely sounds like World War III. And it could be, but we definitely are not there yet. 23 missiles hitting an airbase in response to a gas attack is not the end of the world. It's obviously not good, but it certainly is not World War III. We've been bombing the shit out of the Middle East for years. Now, this is the interesting thing about this. And this is what I have to ask myself. Look at all the bipartisan support Trump has from both sides all of a sudden. We all know this kind of looks like something that could be a false flag by the deep state, but maybe Trump already knew that. But maybe Trump, because Trump said all throughout his campaign that he was going to eradicate radical Islamic terror off the face of the planet. And people cheered him wildly when they did it. So when Trump decides to go to war, to fight in the Middle East for whatever reason, don't be surprised. Don't be mad. You all cheered him, just like I did when he said it. Now he's got an excuse to go in. And if he manages to take out Assad in the process, appeasing the people over on the left and garnering bipartisan support so he can wipe these fuckers off the face of the earth, could be a very smart strategic move. Now, let's not forget all the positive things that Trump has done in his presidency, even if he has made a colossal mistake. Number one, illegal immigration is down 67% under the Trump administration, even without a wall being started to be built. Number two, somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 arrests related to child pornography, child pedophilia, child sex trafficking have been made under the Trump administration. With the whole Pizzagate thing blowing up worldwide, this is some pretty incredible numbers. Number three, he pulled us out of the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which could have put us, well, it could have wiped out our economy. These tribunal courts they had set up that could roll monetary judgments against countries could have done exactly to us what they did to Greece and Venezuela and wiped out our economy, and we could have been walking around trying to eat rats for breakfast because we could not afford anything else. Number four, he has also defunded the population fund of the United Nations. You know, the one that sits here and tries to figure out ways to depopulate 80 to 90% of the planet. You know, Agenda 21, Agenda 2030. This is why I started my channel. You guys should know this by now. If you don't, go watch videos on YouTube by Cristiano Figueres of the United Nations talking about their depopulation agenda. This is real. This is why I started my channel. I don't want 80 to 90% of the humanity wiped out under this false flag of climate change, and I certainly don't want to get blown up by a terrorist when I'm going to see a damn movie. So, Trump doing exactly what he said Obama was stupid for doing 3 years ago is a little perplexing. I get that. But let's keep in mind, this was 4 years ago. Okay? 3-4 years ago. Let's keep in mind that obviously when Saddam gassed his people and we took him out of power, it didn't work out too well. It seemed to destabilize the region much further. But let's also keep this in mind. This isn't the first gas attack that's happened in Syria, supposedly by Assad. This is at least the second, if not the fourth, fifth, or sixth. We've let the situation sit over there. We've done nothing. We've not taken Assad out of power, and it's still destabilized as hell. So whether we take him out of power or not may make no difference at all as to how much more destabilized the region will become. It may be a moot point. It may not be exactly the same as the Saddam situation, although we do all remember how that turned out. So it's not World War III yet. It's not necessarily a mistake yet. This could be something strategic to garner bipartisan support to start taking the military actions that he really wants to do. So let's give it a minute and let's see how this thing plays out. But let's not jump ship just yet, when in just 3 months in office, he is kicking this shit out of the globalists and the United Nations and Agenda 21. That's my thoughts. Leave me your comments, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Y'all take care.